bird on a tree. I'm just sitting here. I got time, it's clear to see. From up here, the world seems small. We can sit together. It's so beautiful, you and me. We meant to be in the great outdoors. You and me, we meant to be in the great outdoors, forever free. Sometimes you need to go and take a step back to see the truth around you. From a distance you can tell. Like a bird on a tree, I'm just sitting here. I got time, it's clear to see. From up here, the world seems small. We can sit together. It's so beautiful, you and me. We meant to be in the great outdoors. You and me, we meant to be.
Oops. Hello, YouTube. Am I live? Am I on? Recording, streaming, volume. Moderators, give me feedback here. Am I on? Am I on? Like to make it through tonight with very few flaws, but I'm not truly prepared. Like, 16 minutes ago, I was in my gym and my blood pressure is still going. Let's see what we got here. Oh, I don't see comments. Let me go to, I don't see comments. I don't see comments, but I'm going to go to the intro. This is Meet the Bible Live. Welcome you. Let me do my, sponsored now by Gun 101 Tactical, gun101.com for all your shooting needs. We'll be live, we'll be at Florida next week, and then a couple of weeks later we'll be in Sarasota, Florida, and then Lansing, Michigan, and I'm hoping Colorado. And if you need them to appear to you for training, feel free to come out. Let me do my intro. It's kind of cool. Well, that wasn't a very good segue, but. Okay, short and sweet. I have zero sound here. I have no idea if I'm doing anything at all. Let me take a quick peek at my comments. Thank you, Deanna. Well, I got them on the screen now. Wait a minute. Deanna. Yes, Cole, Sonia, thank you. Clay, thank you, Clay. Okay, I don't want to do this too often, but I just need to check. So it sounds like I'm live. Sounds like I'm good. And hi, dear. I don't want to spend too much time on this. I got them on my screen here, as you'll see in a minute, but I incorporated them. My arms are too tired to run the mouse, and I've got a couple of mice running here. 2 windows. I want to, okay. Some pre-qualifiers. All right. And how many people we got in the room? Yeah, as usually. Let me change from top chat. Sonia says, let me apologize for, that's not let me change. Let me apologize for the distraction, but I'm going to get, this is going to be a well-oiled machine in a little time. Tonight's subject is okay, how many people were on Noah's Ark? And okay, some of you are going to disagree with this. All right, some people are going to disagree, whether they're watching tonight and they're regulars of Meet the Bible, Team Jesus, right? Like and subscribe, girls. You are on. I hope I'm on. Girls, remind people to hit the sub button. So how many people do we have? Gosh, I'm not showing that. But as time goes on, more people will come in. I'm trying to be on time. So when, yes, this is for the replay tomorrow and next week and next year, 10 years, whatever. Now more than ever, we need to spread the word. We need to teach the Bible. Meet the Bible. Meet the Bible. Meet is used 162 times in the Bible, 4 times in a specific context. That's kind of where I got the word meet, intertwined with teaching, meet, M-E-A-T, teaching people the Bible. But meet the Bible is more, of an advanced level thing, I think. Yes, it's meet and it's basic, but my good friend Linda, hello Linda, if you're watching, says I make people think. And that's what I want to do. And that's what I mean to do here tonight. I had hoped to have I'm trying to see if my video is coming up. I had hoped to have a video play, and I think I've got that down, but I haven't been able to test it. So what I'm just going to go with is a test on Google Words on the document as such, and we'll just talk about that. Genesis 6 and 7, talking about Noah's flood. Okay, not the first flood. The first flood with a cannibal. We ought to do that subject some night. We ought to do that. But I'm trying to present a 1-hour Bible study with interaction where people can respond. The American, God bless, thank you, brother, love you, appreciate you coming. Where we can interact with each other, and you can certainly, disagree with me. Prefer if you use the Bible rather than what you've been told. And I've asked the moderators to let everybody through, as long as you're respectful. And I'm going to tackle the very first verse that most people are going to come back with, but it requires a setup. It really does. So it really does. And I don't know if I want to read all these scriptures tonight, so I might fast forward to some things. I see Robert Gimbo. Thank you, Robert, for joining the Team Jesus. Hit the like button. Here's the thing on the like. Let's say you get 1 like, 1 thumb up, and 1 thumb down. A thumb down is for Satan. If you love Satan, by all means, thumb down this video. If you love Jesus, however, thumb up. But the computer is going to register it as 50% disapprove. 50% thumb 1 and 1. So, and I'm going to get thumbs. I'm going to get thumbs down on this. So, you guys need to balance me out now and the replay future. Hit me a thumbs up if you would, and subscribe. I appreciate, all the subscribers. Each and every single subscriber I am grateful of. Each person watching here tonight, I am grateful of. Every single one of you to come out. Now more than ever, we need to spread the word of God. And I teach the word. I might teach things different than you've heard it, and I teach differently. But I believe, and if you get your Bible tonight, if you pull your Bible up, Genesis 6, follow along. I think I'm going to add some. I'm just trying to make you think outside the box on the Bible. If God wanted to make it clear cut, he'd snap his finger and it would be abundantly clear. I say about every fifth video, 30,000 verses in it, just over 30,000 verses in the Bible, just over 30,000 denominations explaining them. Christian denominations. There's another 10,000 non-Christian, 40,000 people explaining what the Bible says. Somebody is wrong, and it could be me. I'm not standing on a pedestal, and this is what it says, flat out. I'm right, you're wrong. That's not where I'm coming. I'm hoping to fester an open, interactive Bible study, and Monday nights live. This is your opportunity to make comments in the block, and I'll be showing that shortly. Team Jesus, Deanna, appreciate you being here, girl. Appreciate that, and of course, Sonia. Team Jesus, the American. So, right, that's with the pre-qualifiers, right? That's all. Love Jesus, thumb up. Love Satan, thumb down. And we're not going to hold it against you. Appreciate you coming here to learn, see what Jesus says. But there's man's tradition is out there, and it's poisoning the Bible. I say this often. The number one memorized verse in the Bible is John 3:16. The number one misquoted verse in the Bible is Mama 3:16. Okay? Mama says, A, B, C, D. Mama says, cleanliness is next to godliness. That's not in the Bible, and most of y'all know that. So you got a preacher, you've got elements out there saying what the Bible says, and they just repeat each other. And if it's true, and if you believe it's true, God bless you, teach it. Number one goal is to know God and make God be known. Come here and go there. That's our number one commission, right? So we have to teach it. Well, I just don't think anyone's got it factually that this is what. I just don't think that. I don't believe in being dogmatic about it. Now, let me precept this teaching tonight, because somebody came out and they didn't answer. Daniel Lee? Daniel, thank you, brother. What do you think? Give me some feedback on my segue, right? Some people came early and saw that it was scheduled, right? And saw a picture, and then I came in with my helicopter flying into the field, right? To narrow it down to a couple minutes, and then hopefully I came in with it in time, even though I was at the gym here minutes ago. I do not have 24 hours in a day. I simply do not. But I want to do this, and I need to be encouraged, and I need people in the room, whether you chat or not. Feel free to come and your phone or laptop or something, turn me on, turn the volume down and watch Gunsmoke or Wheel of Fortune or whatever. I don't own a TV, so I don't know what's on TV at this hour. We're 8:10. We've got 50 minutes to cover this information. I'd like to just hit the ground running like I largely do with my recorded videos. But this is a Bible study, and people show up late for the Bible study. Sky Dow, I think was her name. Sky Dow came in. If you're here, I hope I'm saying that right. Say hello, Sky Dow. Maybe an airline stewardess or something. And she went on several of my videos and put the time that the lecture started, the teaching started. Yeah, it's kind of cute. But sometimes it requires qualification. And certainly this open forum here, we need to talk to each other, I think, and input. Okay, let me say this. Because I want to put this up. I'm going to send this over here, working on things. All right, you see that? How many people were on Noah's Ark? Right? Now you go to 1 Peter 3:20, and this is a verse the people are going to come back with, which sometime were disobedient when once the long suffering of God waited in the days of Noah while the ark was preparing, wherein few, that is 8 souls were saved by water. Everybody sees that, right? Everybody knows about that, and Noah and his family, right? Not taken away from that. But I submit, Sonia, give me, I can't see how many's in the room right now. Give me, or Deanna, someone give me a count. That guy, TV programming. I don't know if that's one name or what. And I think you're new. I appreciate it, buddy. Appreciate it. And the girls will tell you to hit the like button. Because I kind of want to start, but I want to make sure there's a handful of people in the room. Also, I did that video today to announce like an infomercial with a little, I know it's a little windy and my battery died on my phone. That's why it abruptly went out. But I went and looked at it. It wasn't quality, but I think, did anybody see that and forget that I was live Monday and that inspired one person to come here? If so, I'll continue to do it. Hand of seeds. Thank you much. I appreciate you being here. All right, don't give out my thunder, guys. Don't give out. It's interactive. It's interactive. All right, we're going to talk about this, but let me, listen to listen to what I believe first, and then we can go back and forth. I got like 35 minutes of what I'll call lecture, and then 25 minutes of interactive. So please keep it, guys. Keep it. Don't let out the answer. Although a lot of people know it. But I submit most people do not know it. Most people do not know the answer to this test. And I could be wrong. I don't mean to, whether today or replay, I don't mean the conflict. I don't mean, I'm trying to be gentle with this. And main things are the main things. This isn't really important. But if you don't know Genesis, if you don't know the beginning, how do you know the end? If you don't know Genesis, how do you know Revelation? So there is a link to this. Now, 1 Peter 3:20. A lot of people are going to say that's it, and Noah and his family. If we go back to not the first earth age, we're in the second earth age. I don't know if you all know that. We're in the second earth age right now. Second earth age, second heaven age. And when the Godhead comes down 1,000 years after Jesus, we will start the third earth age, third heaven age. And everybody living on earth, heaven, Jerusalem, at that time will be Team Jesus. Everybody. If your name's not written in the Lamb's Book of Life, you'll be cast in the lake of fire and gone. Okay, I believe painlessly. I submit. Got some emails last time about, no, you got to burn in hell, you got to suffer. Gosh, that's just not my God. Okay, so God did a recall, catable, and wiped out the earth with a major flood. Africa was attached to North Carolina. Okay, that's an impact to knock that entire, it was a continent that was separated into two continents, and among others, you can see where things just fell apart on the first earth age, the first flood, at the end of the first earth age. That's when dinosaurs went away, and we weren't here in flesh bodies. I'm not saying we're flesh. We're some kind of angelic being. And then God did a do-over, and that's a different video, but he did a do-over about 6,500 years ago. He did a restart. I believe now. I believe, Cole believes, that he did a reboot, rebooted his computer, sent us back down to earth, okay, to test us. During that, okay, I won't answer. Oh, 14. Thank you. I was hoping for more, but if you guys are passing through, hit the sub, hit the like, and the sub too. Well, I should be able to. No, I won't. I can't see it here because I'm going to have to. All right. So we went to heaven on a recall thing, and God is, gosh, a third of the angels fell with heaven, or fell with, this is before the reason for the cannibal. A third of the angels, we are angels, gosh, I know, we are angels, and we are angels. On earth, we're made in God's image, and we were on earth, and we were all recalled back to heaven. A third of the angels went with Satan. A third had God's back, but a third were on the fence, thinking about going with Satan. And I submit the third, and we don't know who's who. I hope I had his back. The third that had his back, I think, is good. I don't know. I don't think it looks good for the third that followed Satan. I'm thinking that's, they're done. I think this is all about testing the third who were on the fence, wiping our memory, putting us back on earth. I know this is people like, what is he saying? But if you go with that, and they're certainly researchable, and I'll have more videos in time, then we're put on earth here wipe our memory, give us free will to decide which team we want. If you see any thumbs down, those are Team Satan. Thumbs up are Team Jesus. Now more than ever, get the word out, share this, etc. So God made 1:27. Genesis 1:27. God made mankind. Adam, mankind. Male and female, blessed them, right? Blessed them, and said, go forth and multiply. He did not tell Adam and Eve to go forth and multiply. That's not what happened. He told mankind that he made on day 6. Every day was good. In the closing for each day, Jesus said it was good. On the 6th day, he made mankind, humans, but more importantly, ethnicity. He made all the ethnicities. All you call them races. Well, most people call them races, but there's only one human race. He made all the ethnicities on the 6th day and said it was very good. The only day that was very good. Everybody is equal. Everybody. No one's better than anybody else. Rested on the 7th day, and then Genesis 2:7 formed Adam. Formed, didn't create him because creation was done on the 6th day, right? Formed Adam. Okay, we don't see Eve until 3:21, I think. We don't see her name, but there's evidence of her. We don't know when Eve came along. Okay, created Adam, formed Adam, then formed Eve, and formed them for the bloodline of Jesus to come through. That was the sole purpose of Adam and Eve. That's why God made. I got a video on it. God made hunters, and Paul John, thank you, Paul John, for joining us. He made mankind go forth and multiply, hunters and gatherers. Day 7th rested. Day 8th. This is a whole different teaching, but formed Adam and Eve, farmers. On the 8th day, God made a farmer. Paul Harvey has a video on that. In fact, I've reposted it. Hopefully I'll come back and leave a card here for that. It's very good. It was for a Super Bowl commercial, and few people picked on what he was saying. It was hijacked by a car commercial, a truck commercial. But on the 8th day, God made a farmer for the bloodline of Jesus to come through. If Jesus' bloodline was hunters and gatherers, they're in Alaska and Africa and California and Michigan. We wouldn't know. We wouldn't be able to trace it. Farmers stay in one place. I know I'm going to get some thumbs down on that, but you can. I know people believe in what mankind says. You can believe in mankind, or you can side with Jesus and me. Genesis 1:27 is talking about mankind. Mankind, overwhelming evidence. Genesis 2:7 is talking about Adam, the man. Ethnidam. It's spelt different. And same with Eve. Eve's name wasn't Eve. It was Chavan. Okay, when he was Chavan. All right, that was for the generation of Jesus. Well, we can track that to what? In story about being Noah's Ark. We can track it to Noah's Ark. Noah and his family, his 3 sons, were the bloodline, were the Adamic souls from Adam, the man, Ethnidam. Okay, we can trace the family, the 3 sons and 3 wives, the Adam, and we have their genealogy after that. Nothing yet on the comments. So that's what's important. The Bible, people, the Bible is about Jesus. Start to finish, it's about Jesus. Number 2, it's about children. Children are so important, and life goes by so fast. I was touching on that today. Statistical average is 4,000 weeks. I'm down to 750 weeks. I was at 2 funerals in the last month. Their weeks ended. People value every single week. Every week, get all you can out of it. Every week, you've only got 4,000. So, mankind, I submit, other ethnicities were on the boat. They were on the boat. And I'm going to tell you why here in a little bit. And a couple of you leaded to it. Okay, end of seed. We're talking about stuff, second age. Right. Paul Harvey is right. You know about that. So let's not give my secrets out, guys. Can we wait until the discussion period? Let me segue in, because a lot of people have never heard any of this before. Mama 316. So let me segue in, please. So people are going to cite 1 Peter 3:20. How much time we got? 38 minutes. Okay, so I'm going to cut through this a little bit so we can get to the dialogue. Okay, and Sonia, if you put other websites, they're going to leave us. They're going to leave me. YOLO Caesar, thank you. Him or her, I don't know what that is, but again, that looks like a new name to me. Send them some love, people. So, shall we begin? I've retitled these now. I'm going to go back to the big window. It's me. Hello, me. Send some love to the sponsor. Let me go back to the sponsor. Gun 101 Tactical, gun101.com for all your shooting needs. 2 windows. That's what that is. And then I'm going to go to Bible verses. The Bible verse. All right. And then I'm going to Genesis. Let's see if this works. Oh, it does. Okay, good. All right, let's read along here, ladies and gentlemen. Follow me, please. Genesis 6 is where this story begins. This is the genealogy of Noah. Noah was just a man, perfect in his generations. Okay, why was he perfect? Why was Noah perfect? That's another interesting thing right there. Little segue thing going on here. And again, I can't hear anything. I'm shooting blind. We're going to talk about the reason for the flood, for Noah's flood. People think because sin was rampant. Lord, how could we be any worse than America, well, the world today? God's slow to anger, but he do anger. What is 62 genders? And no offense if you're one of the 62 that aren't what's normal, but it's just not biblical, guys and girls. So what we had is Nephilim, fallen angels, came down here and impregnated a bunch of women. They, in order to enter the kingdom of God, the kingdom of heaven, you must be born from above. The Bible, King James and others say born again, but it really means born from above. You have to come from heaven through a woman's womb in order to kingdom. That's requirement right there. So these 7,000 fallen angels, they didn't want to wait. They wanted to come to here, and they did. They came here and married a bunch of women, and made a bunch of babies. They were hybrids. They were bred. They were hybrids. Why would God flood out a 2-year-old child, a beautiful 4-year-old girl? Why would he do that? They're not evil. They're not wicked. They were hybrids. They were contaminated with the fallen angels, and so many of them that God had to wipe things out, had to start over. Noah and his family were free from that. Noah was not, nobody's in his genes were mixed with this hybrid stuff. Shall we continue? Make sure I got speaker on, or microphone on. And Noah begot 3 sons, Shem, Ham, and Japheth. Anybody know? Test question. Anybody know the bloodline of those 3 gentlemen that Jesus came from? Somebody give me, I don't mean to read the comments here. I don't want to get loud. I want to focus on y'all. Which of those 3 boys was the traced bloodline of Jesus? Anyone? Verse 11, the earth was also corrupt before God, and the earth was filled with violence. Again, violence. By the way, these 11,000 fallen angels, let me change it back to, I'll go to a split screen. That's pretty cool. Yeah, that's my split screen. But I was told I got to move over. That's my split screen where you guys can, let's hang out there for a minute. That's really where I probably should have been. Clay, I see, oops, I don't know why. Daniel, preach it. God bless, brother. I'm probably going to get some thumbs down in 6-day creation, have souls too. Absolutely, 6-day creation. There's the only day God said it was very good was the 6th day. And I submit he's talking about all the ethnicities. Everybody is positively, absolutely equal in God's eyes. We're not taken away from that. Rested on the seventh day, formed Adam on the eighth day. Shem, Sonia, you're cheating here because you know this stuff. But yeah, Shem is where I'm going to change my slide here. Is of the three boys, Shem was the bloodline. Did it work? It worked. Good. Shem was the bloodline of Jesus came from Shem. And that's why it's important to understand that farmers don't travel. I know some of this is just new and people are just, they get called a tick, a bug in someone's hair once in a while. A hair tick. I get called a hair tick for some reason. I don't know what that means because they don't agree with teaching. Again, I could be in error, guys. I could be wrong. I teach the Bible. I believe in the God of the Bible, and that's the God I teach, and I believe I teach the Bible. Out of 250 videos, I'm sure I'm right a lot of the times. Shem, and then the guy says, Ham blacks, Shem smites, Japheth white. How? How do we do that? How do we get... No, they got the same parents. They have the same parents. They were all, those three were the same. I suspect darker than me. Oh, that guy, I didn't see him sign in, but oh, that guy, if you're here, thank you. Imagine you're a guy. How do the 6-day creation have souls when it says Adam was created, it was formed? It was the first time that a living soul had breathed into. Again, the Bible, I was hoping to save this for after. I'd like you guys to come back after I make my case. The Bible's written about Jesus and the bloodline of Jesus, and children after that. Children are important. So the Bible's talking about Adam breathing in the breath of life, air. Okay, I submit the 6-day creation were just like Adam and Eve. But they had to separate them for the dedicated bloodline to come through. We can't say that whoever Shem was the son that Jesus came through. We can't say that if that was the case, if he was from Namibia, South Africa, or Fayetteville, North Carolina, that from hunter and gatherer, that comes from these three. I submit, however, a couple thousand years there was a system in place. God made the earth and made people and created procreation, and he watched it for a while to make sure everything was greased and rested on the seventh day. Days like 1,000 years, right? And then formed Adam. Yes, he's talking about Adam. Same with the 8 Adamic souls. We're talking about Adam. We're talking about the Bible. We're talking about Jesus. But there's a lot, they talk about I don't mean to digress. I only got 30 minutes here now. The thieves on the cross next to Jesus. Well, they weren't thieves because crucifixion wasn't the penalty for thieving. Right? Cutting your hands off was the penalty for thieving. If you did that twice, you have no hands, so you can't be hung on the cross. No, they were, well, we don't know what they were, but they were probably political dissidents, much like Jesus. Right? He's on the cross because he was making hay. So, and there weren't two. We always see that. We're ingrained on our head. And I got God late in life. I'm like, okay, why would God want to come back to earth and see crosses? But, he's in the middle on the big cross and those 2 little crosses. No, Romans were crucifying 6,000 people a day. They're not... they didn't have 3 on that hill. There was a lot more, and there's evidence to that effect. The only reason they're talking about the two on his side, I don't know why, they weren't called thieves. They were called malefactors. And I suspect there were female factors too, whatever that means. And one saying, oh, if you were God, you'd say, get down and save yourself. And the other one says, shut up. He is God. And that's because the stories involve them in the Bible and Jesus. But the other guys on the cross, they didn't matter. And these other creations, I submit, who asked that? Was that you, Clay? No, hand of seed. Well, the breath of life was in Adam. And again, let me throw out there 30,000 denominations explaining 30,000 verses and 1,000 translations of the Bible. 1,000 in English, not talking other languages. a complicated book. And if God wanted to be clear, he'd snap his fingers. Study to show thyself approved. So, without reading all your threads, let me go. Let me start my illustrated point here. Genesis 6:13. I got a drink of water, but I think I'm off camera right now. Yeah, I am. Sorry about that. Genesis 6:13 through 16. And God, this is my point. This is where I'm getting how many people are. I had to set that up to go here, and I'm going to run out of time, so we're going to cut through some stuff. But 13, and God said to Noah, the end of all flesh has come before me, for the earth is filled with violence through them, and behold, I will destroy them with the earth. Not a, let me go back. Not a 4-year little girl because she's not violent, 2-year-olds babies. No, but because of the fallen angels, the Nephilims, okay, and they were producing Gebers, hybrids. And by the way, little ad note, when Satan comes here first, right? Satan comes, people are going to thumb this down. Satan comes before Jesus. Satan is going to come here. Revelation 12:7. Satan makes war with the archangel, the restrainer, in heaven. 12:9, he's kicked out of heaven. Revelation 13:7, he comes to earth and makes war with the saints. But the 7,000 fallen angels will come with him, and they will be making babies again. They will be. The thing is, tribulation, however, is not going to go 9 months, so they're not going to go to term. Tribulation is 5 months. 5 months, 14 days. Revelation 9:5 and 9:10. So, but they're coming back. When Jesus, it's a whole different, I'm getting a lot of stuff here, but when Jesus returns, 1 Thessalonians 4:16, 1 Thessalonians 4:14, with every saint that's ever died, with 100 billion saints, when Jesus returns, we stand up in heaven to get on the, what they called horses. I'm sure that was the best they could think of, but we return, well, not we, because I fully expect to be here after the tribulation, but the 100 billion saints return with Jesus on horses, it says, and goes to where? Anyone? Someone answer that. Where do the 100 billion saints from, and that's just an estimation number, join the 2 billion saints on earth? 2 billion people claim to know Jesus. It's probably closer to 1 billion. Where do they go? There was a point to this. I don't know sure what my point was. Nephilims, giants were hybrids. I think I said that, guy. What is a male factor? I'm hoping we can get these questions after I finish my point here. I don't want to blow you off at all, but I want to make the point. Flesh, okay, the end of all flesh has come, but the reason that there could be other examples too, but the reason God would destroy flesh, babies, is because of the hybrid, the Nephilims, and the Gebers that were produced of it. 14, make yourself an ark. We all know that story. 15, the length and height. 16, window. Okay, I think we know all that. Bonus question: how long was the day? How many days was the door shut? How long were the doors shut on the ark? Anybody? Anyone? Genesis 6:17 and 22. And this is, by the way, is the New King James Bible. Not a big fan of it. It's got a lot of errors, but if I'm teaching here with theirs and thous, I think we lose people. Everybody knows Paul carried a King James. 17, and behold, I myself am bringing floodwaters on the earth to destroy from under heaven, earth, all flesh. Now, Father, this is what? 2 times now. All flesh, in which it is the breath of life. And who was talking about that? Was it Clay? Was talking about the breath of life, or hand of seed? All breath of life. Everything that is on the earth shall die. Everything that breathes air. Breath of life is air. Is people breathe? It's animals, insects, birds. 18. Is that scrolling? Good. 18. But I will establish my covenant, my promise with you, and you shall go unto the ark, and your sons and your wives and your sons' wives. Okay, Abraham covenant, Abraham bloodline, excuse me, the Adamic souls, Adamic bloodline, Ethadam, bloodline, promise, covenant. Other people are still kind of loosely out there and out of control. 19. And of every living thing, I meant to highlight all as well. Of every living thing, all flesh, you shall bring 2 of each sort unto the ark. Of every living thing. You know, I don't quite understand penguins and kangaroos, or ticks, or mosquitoes. A lot I don't know. But every living thing you be 2. To keep them alive with you, they shall be male and female. 20 of the birds after their kind. Okay, robins are robins, blue jays are blue jays, vultures are vultures. Of animals after their kind, okay, zebras and giraffes and alligators, and every creeping thing of the earth, insects, after its kind. In yellow here, 2 of every kind will come to you. Keep them alive. 2 of every kind. And let's go to Genesis 7. Let's graduate to 7. The great flood. And then the Lord said to Noah, come into the ark, you and your household, because I have seen that you're righteous and before me in generation. How do I change that back? Transition. Yeah. I got to center myself. A lot to remember here. A lot of moving parts. So, if again you put the glasses on, humor me, people. Danny Krusel 80. I don't know what 80 says. Ends of 5 months. Okay. Because the Bible's talking about Jesus and everything related specifically to Jesus, secondarily talking about kids. Okay, kids are important. So, what I just read, I have too many monitors here. Said in Noah, come to the ark, you your household, because he's talking to Jesus, or he's talking to Noah and his family. Let me go back. You should, verse 2, 7:2, you shall take with you 7 each of every clean animal, male and female, 2, and each 2 animals that are unclean. I submit, people, humans are unclean. They're unclean. That's us, right? But I'm going to go with 2, and I'm going to illustrate that here in a moment. Yeah, I'm going to, okay. That's basic stuff here. I got highlighted what I think. Genesis 7, 6 through 7. Noah was 600 years old when the floods began. Anybody give me an answer on how long the doors were shut on the ark? Anyone? I can't answer. Well, let somebody else answer. Deanna knows. Leanna, you answer. How long were the doors shut on the ark? 40 days, 40 nights? I hear that a lot. 7, so Noah and his sons and his wives, in the Bible, Adamic souls, went in the ark because of the water's flood. Of clean animals and unclean animals, right? 2 of each unclean, 7 clean. A lot of people don't even know that. And it came back after 7 days. It's got a minute delay, so I don't see any answers yet. Genesis 7, 12 through 17. And the rain was on earth 40 days and 40 nights. Anybody? Cows are cows. They are cows. But we might have a problem with cows here. With the new Green Deal, we might have to not have steaks anymore. That's pretty sad. Hands of Sea, 5 months. Am I missing something? Hi, Bon Ez. Thank you, Bon Ez, for joining us. Hit the like button and please come back. Please hit the subscribe and the bell. 40 days and 40 nights. I just read that. Genesis 7:12. Anybody else? I'm going to run through this quickly here. I'll give time for somebody to answer. Sonia, if no one answers, you tell us. 13, on that same day, Noah and Noah's sons and Shem's and family, the Adamic souls, right? From the bloodline of Adam, where the bloodline of Jesus came from. The Bible, that's what we're talking about here. 16, so they entered male and female. Oh, I missed that one there, didn't I? Missed that one there. So let me mark that as well. So you're seeing the theme here. Anyone? That was almost seamless. I did that pretty good, didn't I? I don't want to get callous, patting myself on the back. Demand still standing and holding ground. Sup, Cole? You are up. You're up. So 16, we got flesh again. Flesh. No, we got all flesh. Should have highlighted. All flesh. All flesh. Let's go back. We saw flesh a bunch of times, and now we're seeing all flesh. Okay, well, and now the flood was on earth 40 days and 40 nights. Hens of seed, 5 months. Are you still on the answer to how long it flooded? Let me go 7:18 here. Genesis 7:18-23. Water prevailed greatly, increased on the earth, and the ark moved about the surface of the waters. I'm going to go 21. Should have already had this done. I apologize. But technology-wise, we seem to be working. Anybody? What do we got here? 21, Genesis 7:21. All flesh died that moved on earth. So I'm seeing all flesh, all flesh. 22, so he destroyed all living things which were on the face of the ground, both man, cattle, and creepy things. They were destroyed from earth, and Noah and those who were with him on the ark remained alive. Those who were with him on the ark. They didn't say Noah and his family were alive. Now, it does say that in 1 Peter, Noah and his family. But collectively, it's speaking, is it not? All flesh, collectively. I don't know, I'm not getting this video. Hold on. So, anybody answer the question yet on how long the doors are open? Said 5 months. 5 months that the doors were shut? Is that? No. 40 days, 40 nights. Sonia, you know. Come on. So, all flesh again. So if you go back, and you don't have to believe me, you can go back to the beginning. Again, we want to go with how many people on earth? 1 Peter 3:20. Yes, there were 8 Adamic souls. Noah, his wife, 3 sons, and their wives. 8 Adamic souls were on the boat. And that's what that's talking about. Adam and his Adam, the 8th day God created a farmer. I'll put that probably up here. I'll put that video here for the replay. Come back and watch that. And then let me gracefully go to this page, Genesis 6, and begot Shem and Ham. That's pretty important. That's pretty important stuff here with these 3 boys. All right. Because they went on to create the genealogy of Jews. But you got to understand, 10 of the 12 tribes, 144,000, were 370 days. Gosh, Danny, I think you're a lot closer. I'd be interested in how you based in that. But Danny was just closer. 1 year, 365 days to the day. I'll come back and do a video on that if you'd like. How much time have I got? I've got 11 minutes, 46. No, 14 minutes. Longer than that. Nope, longer I thought. 1 year, 40 days of rain and water, 40 days, 40 nights. But 1 year, the doors were shut for 1 year. So you got, some people teach dinosaurs were on the boat or all puppies were on the boat. Well, in a year, they're older, and there's just a lot of things I don't quite understand. But my point being, Sonia, can you go to 1 Chronicle 255? Because if I go there, I'll leave my screen. 1 Chronicle 255 and post that in the remarks. But here's the thing. Oh no, everybody died except for, Noah and his family and the 12 tribes of Israel. 10 of those tribes were captured, taken away. So we don't know who are Jews anymore. Well, we have 10. We have 6 6 million Jews in Jerusalem. We have 6 million Jews in America. So real Jews, you know. But if we did a bloodline thing, we'd find a lot more Jewish people. But that doesn't matter because of the Abraham covenant. We're all incorporated into the covenant. So whether we're Jews or not, 365 days. Where you get 377, Daniel, I'll come back with a teaching, and you can show me where we're off on that. And the main things are the main things, and it's not as important. I just thought it was interesting because people don't know. Didn't he send a dove out, though? He did. He actually sent a raven out. That's interesting. The raven never came back. Then he sent out a dove. And he sent out a dove, I think, on the third time, the dove returned with an olive branch. If the earth is, good point, Dion. If the earth is submerged for 1 year, then all trees are dead. Where did that olive branch come from? So that's interesting. But let's go back to Noah and Hashem and all these guys in 12. All flesh had corrupted their way on earth. So you're going to see, how much time we got? 11 minutes. So we're going to see example after example of all flesh, correct? Is that what you guys see? So I'm going to go to full screen here. And again, we're talking Adamic souls. We're talking a different teaching than you guys have been exposed to in the back. Let me do a cough. Let's see, microphone.
Like a bird on a tree, I'm just sitting here. I got time, it's clear to see.
Well, that sucks. I got it. Bummer. I was brilliant. Those are brilliant words, and I don't think I have time to repeat. Thank you, though. Thank you. Who was first on that? What I was saying was, what was I saying? It's a long time ago. Long day. Man, I had rushed from the gym. I just hauled here. And I'm tired. Danny, Hi, Judy. Appreciate you joining Team Jesus, Judy. I don't remember what I said, but it was very, very important, and I can't undo that now. But gosh, so I need my cough button. I need to make it bigger somewhere up here. Oh, the Kenites. Oh, the Kenites, the tribe of Canaan. The Canaan, not Canaanites, Canaanites with a K, survived the flood. 1 Chronicle 2:55. Did anyone post that? 1 Chronicle 2:55 talks about the tribe. The Canaans were that one flaw, but technically wise, I got this. That they were rewriting the Bible post-flood. Where did the Canaanites come from? They're not 12 tribes of Israel. Where did they come from? They were on the boat. There were two, they were two of each flesh. They were on the boat. But they were scribes are rewriting the Bible verbatim, letter for letter, right? Word for word, exactly. And they're rewriting the Bible. And I guarantee you they're rewriting it today. I guarantee it. Canaanites, that's another class, great-grandchildren of Satan. How did they survive the flood if there were only Noah and his family on there? So, and there's other examples, but that was post-flood. Hello, Judy, that's Deanna, Sonia, but yeah, that's a bummer. Lost a few seconds there. And I can't go, Deanna or Sonia, could you get that for me? 1 Chronicle 2:55 and post it in the remarks. Sound mute off, brother. What? Sound mute off. I don't know what that means. Can you hear me, people? Do I have comms here? And my microphone's moving, so I hear sound. Okay. Anyways, that's the story. That's the big photo. I think there's overwhelming evidence that people that survived the flood, and I'm using Canaanites, and I have others, and I believe people were on the boat. Races, one race, ethnicities, okay, survived it. Where did we get? Anybody? Where did we get? I'm white. I categorize as white, Caucasian, black people, Mexicans. Where did we get Chinese people? Where did those slanted eyes come from if they weren't on the ark? Anybody? Through the wives. Danny says through the wives. There we go. 1 Chronicle 2:55. Thank you, Sonia. And the families of the scribes are the copy machine of the day, which dwelt in Jabez. The Territes use and the Shemonites and the Shiites. These are the Canaanites. That should be full size. Canaanites that came from Hemeth, the father of the house of Rehab. Thank you, Sonia. So, where did they come from? Canaanites aren't part of the 12 tribes of Israel. So the fact that they got through the flood, I submit others come through. Danny, are you saying that Chinese people came from the wives of Noah's children? I got 4 minutes left here. No, they didn't come. Tower of Babel they ain't coming to the Tower of Babel. It's 150 years later. It's 3 generations. You're not going to get slanted eyes in three generations. You can't get. You're not going to get the slanted eyes. I submit your skin pigmentation is not going to change in 3 generations. The land of Nod. Yeah, but the land of Nod. Okay, but if the land of Nod was flooded out, Sonia, then how did they reestablish? Stormy Yedmore, thank you, Stormy Yedmore, for joining. Really appreciate it. Go ahead, feel free. I got 4 minutes left. Feel free to hit the subscribe, the bell, Miss Sonia says, and like, yeah, and share and do all that stuff. Trying to build this channel, trying to get things up. Now next Monday I'm going to be out of town. I'm going to just be on a tablet. I don't know how I'm going to cover an hour next month. I'll be doing like Sonia does. By the way, Sonia has a YouTube channel, guys. Go there, Sonia Gower. Go there and subscribe and watch her. She's on. Sonia, give us your time, day and times. You know, she's just cute as heck. I guarantee you, she will make you smile if you can come sit with her for a while. And she's all over the board. She's doing knitting and crocheting and Bible, of course, Team Jesus. Canning, jarring, she's all over, but God bless her. She's up in a mountain in a cabin in Colorado, and you know, like what was that actor? What, you know, she could use some love. So go to her channel, hit sub, like, and the bell. Ethnicities, how did Nephilim survive the flood? How did the Nephilim survive the flood? That's a good question. That's a good question. Maybe they were part of the non-angelic, non-Adamic souls. David and Goliath. Wasn't Goliath a Nephilim? Right? So maybe they were part of that system. It's hard to say. But they're definitely survived. It's just we've got evidence of them after the fact, but they got largely weeded out. 2 minutes here. Sonia says, Cain's wife, where did the Oriental people come from? Where did the Oriental people come from? The 6-day creation. God made, and it was very good. God made, I submit, and it could be wrong, but God on the 6th day made all the ethnicities to include Oriental people. And said it was very good. And then I submit that they made the boat, along with penguins and kangaroos and dogs and ticks for some reason, and flies and mosquitoes. And those Oriental people, 2 of each, unclean. I'm not saying anything bad about them. But, Cain's wife, we'll stop. Don't know what that means. You know, that's kind of. Sonia saying her show is Tuesday through Friday, 6 p.m. Mountain Time. Go there and like or sub to her so you can get her notice. And just give us some love, guys. Go there and join the, you don't have to join the chat, but join the room. Support Team Jesus, right? What other questions? We got to close out here. And I appreciate you coming, each and every one of you. Thank you. And for the replays, y'all to come back, come join us Monday Night Live. It doesn't say, all it says is there were giants in the earth in those days and after. Yes. Because, are you making the point they couldn't have come from Noah and his family? I agree. The second influx is what it is. We had a second influx, but it was controlled. Again, these guys are 7,000 fallen angels are coming back down with Satan here. And that could happen pretty soon. The way I read it, we'll have this class one day. Any moment now, the two witnesses can show up. They are here 10 days before Satan. Then Satan comes here, and he'll be here 5 months, 4 days. He'll kill those 2 witnesses, Revelation 11, 12. They lay in the street for 84 hours, and Jesus returns. You can set your clock when Jesus, they lay in a patos. It says street. Patos means stadium. It says right there, CNN cameras will be on them. Clay says, my wife is Chinese, and I teach her this. You teach her that awful. Also, yep. And again, 30,000 verses, 40,000 denominations. Somebody could be wrong. Maybe it's me. I teach the way I see it. Linda, my friend Linda, if you're watching, I make it interesting, don't I? I make you more curious. Got to close. Thanks, Daniel. Great job. Sends love, everybody. A video I did last week, you know, I wish I told this guy I loved him. I did not know 3 weeks ago when I shook his hand. That was the last time I was going to see him. I'm going to do my exit here, my exit video, and I'm at 9:01, and I shall see you during the week, but come back Monday, 8 o'clock Eastern time. God bless. Team Jesus. I'm going to transition out. Bye.